Ho, it's a brand new day. We press the buttons and we're good to go. We've got stormies. Uh-oh. Not necessarily a thing expected today, but I really do not care. Why did all my stuff just blink? I do not know, but hopefully we're not, oblique. All right. In just a second, folks, good afternoon. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. It is the 1st of May, 2025, 4:20 p.m. We've got a bit of a surprise this afternoon. Got a tornado warning. It's going to be west of I-35 here in central Texas in the hill country. We'll talk about it here. It's going to be southwest of Killeen, southwest of Copper's Cove. This is not going to be an issue for Copper's Cove or Killeen in the sense of a tornado. This storm is moving southwest. An analog, the Gerald Day back in the 90s where that storm was moving southwest. But let me be clear, this is moving southwest. So this is not an issue for Killeen or Copper's Cove. Y'all already had hail. What this is going to be an issue for is those of you on Highway 183 from Watson and Briggs to southeast of Lampasas. So this is going to be a tornado warning now for portions of Burnett and southwestern Bell and Lampasas counties here in central Texas in the hill country. This thunderstorm is drifting southwest very slowly and is going to be moving down towards Highway 183, generally towards the Watson area there on Highway 183. So we're going to want folks there to go ahead and take your tornado safety precautions. If you are on Highway 183, southeast of Lampasas and from Briggs, northwest. Another way to put it, if you're between Highway 195 and southeast of the city of Lampasas, south of Kempner, it's going to be a tornado warning for portions of Burnett, Lampasas, and Bell counties here, right kind of where all those three counties come together. It's going to be well west of Belton. Does not include Belton, Salado, Gerald, Georgetown, Round Rock. None of y'all are in this tornado warning. Florence, you're not either. This storm is moving southwest at a brisk 7 miles an hour. So the reason we're with you is we've got a southwestward moving supercell moving at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. This is going to be a thunderstorm capable of producing baseball-sized hail and a tornado. Was not necessarily on the bingo card today, but Mama Nature don't really care, and Mama Nature was like, hey, let's just do it anyway. It's one of these mesoscale-driven days. For those of you who have joined us last year during one of our many days of severe weather coverage in April and May, you know that we talked about mesoscale. We talked about outflow boundaries, and we talked about, well, days where things aren't necessarily on a widespread scale, but we can have surprises. And that is what we're doing today. We have a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. This is going to be in the corner of Lampasas, Burnett, and Bell counties, moving down into Burnett County. This is going to be a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado moving towards Watson and Highway 183, southeast of the city of Lampasas. This storm is going to be moving towards Highway 183 and Watson. You can see we've got a very well-defined storm. Here's the which way the wind's blowing mode, and you can see we've got a well-defined circulation. We have winds moving towards the radar down at Granger at about 45 miles an hour. We've got winds moving away at about 60. So we have a very strong low-level rotation with this thunderstorm here. And as such, the potential exists for a tornado. Those of you on Highway 183 in northeastern Burnett County, southeast of the city of Lampasas, including Watson and Briggs, northwest of Florence, you're going to want to be in a safe place. That'll be lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Hard sole shoes and a helmet. You got one handy. This storm is slowly moving to the southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So we're going to want folks in the in the Briggs and Watson areas here on Highway 183, northwest of Florence and north of Highway 138, or 195, and then southeast of the city of Lampasas. We're going to want y'all to be moving to a safe place. Again, this storm and its baseball-sized hail are slowly moving south-southwest. I realize that is not your typical norm, but it does happen on some of these low shear days. Let me know if you need anything. So, with that being said, you don't have to be so quiet. Good luck! This thunderstorm continues to be, well, a problem. All right, this thing says we're live on Facebook. I see us on Facebook, so we're good. Let me go ahead and talk about why we're here. We do have several storms in parts of the hill country, in central Texas, and even in the Brazos Valley. We've got a severe storm near Hearn. That could be golf ball to tennis ball size hail. We got a severe storm moving towards Cranfill's Gap. That storm could be some quarter-size hail. We got a few storms around Burnett, and we've got a storm moving towards Rock Springs, that's producing very large hail as well. But the main issue is this storm possibly producing a tornado here, and this is going to be just north of Watson on Highway 183 by about 5 miles. This is a good 15 miles northwest of Florence, about 11 miles southeast of Lampasas. This storm is moving south-southeast, south to almost southwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. So this thing is not moving very quickly at all, but it does have the potential to produce a baseball. In fact, we just had a report of nearly 5-inch diameter size hail a mile west-southwest of Copperas Cove. So this storm has produced grapefruit to near DVD size hail now. So this thing is doing bad things. This storm could have a tornado. This storm is producing softball to DVD size hail, and it is slowly moving west-southwest towards Highway 183 here in northeastern Burnett County. Again, this thing's moving at maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour to the south-southwest. Has a history of producing softball to DVD size hail. That's 4 to 5 inches in diameter. The potential for a tornado over onto the which way the wind's blowing mode. That low-level velocity couplet is getting even stronger now. So again, this thing could easily put a tornado down at any time here in far northeastern Burnett County. We've now got winds moving towards the radar at 50. We have winds moving away from the radar at 70. We have 130 mile per hour gate-to-gate shear now with this dangerous supercell that has a history of producing 4 to 5 inch diameter size hail. This is going to be moving south-southwest towards Watson, Briggs, and Highway 183 very slowly. This is not one of these storms that's moving quickly, so it may even look like it's not moving at all on radar, which, I mean, there is a chance at times that is going to be what it's doing. It may just be stationary for a while up here, just south of Kempner. This tornado will be south of Highway 190. This is south of Kempner and Highway 190 by about 4 miles, and this storm is almost stationary. But the potential certainly exists that we could see a tornado with it at any time. All right, let's take a look at the wall cloud. This is from Storm Chaser Blake Brown. Here's a look just a few minutes ago of that wall cloud. You can see clouds on the right being pulled into the main circulation area. And it looks like we have a tornado now developing. Just based on the picture I saw on Twitter, we probably do have a possible tornado developing now just south of Kempner. And it looks like they're going to go observe. So we're going to have a new tornado warning shortly. And this is going to be for a confirmed tornado. So we now have a confirmed tornado from many of our storm chasers with this thunderstorm here in portions of northern Burnett County. So this is now a confirmed tornado down about 4 miles south of Kempner. It's wrapped in rain, but we're getting reports of a tornado. And this will be a thunderstorm with a confirmed tornado now. And if we're going to pop over and see, we're going to pop up Storm Chaser Adam Lucio's shot. That's going to be his shot. And he is moving closer to it. We'll see if he gets a glance at it shortly. But again, that is going to be now a confirmed tornado here in northern Burnett County, moving off to the south-southwest. Let me zoom out and show you what we have. This is well northwest of Florence, well south of Highway 190 now by several miles. We could still have baseball to softball size hail in places like Copper's Cove to Kempner, just south of 190 and on 190. And that tornado that's down is about 4 miles south of Kempner now, south of Highway 190, moving south-southwest at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So again, this is going to be a confirmed tornado with this dangerous thunderstorm here in far northern Burnett County. This is going to be a tornado warning that does include the communities of Briggs and Watson, and technically Kempner, you are in the tornado warning. This thunderstorm is almost stationary, but it has been showing some south-southwestward tendencies over the last several minutes, but again, this thing just is not moving very much. Let me see. He might have had a view of it. You can see on Adam's frozen shot, he is looking. That's going to be the right side of the circulation. Tornado would be off to the left. We'll see when the camera view comes back if he is going to see it. All right. Let me see. And Jason, if I'm missing any streams, just let me know. All right, I'm checking over here, making sure we don't have any streamers. Okay. Let me check. But again, this is going to be a tornado that is confirmed to be down now, about 4 miles south of Kempner. In fact, very violent rotation now with this. This could be a strong tornado, truthfully. We've got winds moving towards the radar at about, we're going to say 70 miles an hour. We've got winds moving away at about 80. So we've got 150 mile an hour gate-to-gate shear. No tornado debris signature, but we don't need it to tell us there's a tornado. In fact, we're going to switch to Adam's shot real quick. I think you can see it back in there. That tornado is there on the left-hand side. So, folks, that's going to be your confirmed large rain-wrapped tornado now. That is going to be down 4 miles south of Kempner. You can see data is coming and going, but that's a large rain-wrapped tornado from storm chaser Adam Lucio now here 4 miles south of Kempner. This is going to be south of Highway 190 moving south. So Copper's Cove, this is not moving towards you. This is going to be moving towards Highway 180, excuse me, let me make sure I get this right. Highway 183 towards the Watson area and Briggs. But the tornado itself right now is almost stationary. And again, this is going to be a confirmed tornado about 4 miles south of Kempner. And you saw that just briefly there with Adam's shot. Now we're going to go back to radar. We'll switch right back to that if he gets it back in view, and he probably will. So let me zoom out. And again, we have multiple storms ongoing this afternoon with hail in parts of the Hill Country, Central Texas, and the Brazos Valley. We're focusing on a confirmed tornado down here in northern Burnett County near County Road 223. County Road 223 Alpha near Panther Creek Road. This is a confirmed dangerous tornado. This is a pretty strong tornado at that. We're seeing very strong rotation. And with it, we need folks down here in northern Burnett County to be in a safe place. You can see there's the latest scan. Tornado continues now near Panther Creek Road and County Road 223 in far northwestern Burnett County. We've got winds moving towards the radar at about 60, winds moving away at about 50. And we had a visual of that tornado just moments ago. And again, this storm is slowly moving southwest. We've had up to DVD-size hail, just slightly there under the size of a grapefruit up here in Copper's Cove on Highway 190. This is going to be about 4 miles south of Kempner. This tornado is kind of zigzagging around. It may have done a loop-de-loop, to be honest with you. We don't have a lot of upper-level steering currents, but the reason this storm has gone tornadic is that it's on an outflow boundary left over by storms yesterday, and that boundary combined with the very extreme amounts of low-level instability as a whole today have allowed this storm to go tornadic. It's not all dissimilar to that of the Gerald day back in the 90s, just, well, we're not dealing with a Gerald tornado, but this is kind of a similar situation weather-wise. All right, quickly, let me make sure. Let's go over. I do know we have some other storms, so we're going to take a look. We've got this storm near Hearn. This thing could be dropping probably at least golf ball size hail. Potential for damaging winds. This is going to be a thunderstorm on Highway 6 near what is that, 79. So we could have large hail there. This storm, they say, is moving east at about 20. The storm itself, we'll see. That storm, if it keeps moving east, could be an issue for Bryan College Station. We got some storms from Burnett west towards Buchanan Dam on Highway 29, then north side of the dam and the lake out here in the reservoir. Those storms could have large hail as well. Back down here in the Edwards Plateau region, we've got a very nasty looking storm. This thing is staying south of Rock Springs for now, but this thing could easily have baseball size hail with it at times. So again, I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. We do have a thunderstorm with a tornado down. In fact, here's a shot from Adam just a few moments ago. Is going to be your tornado. You can see that tornado down at the bottom of the frame. Pretty stout looking tornado at that, partially rain wrapped, but that's just a couple minutes ago now, about 4 miles south of Kempner here in northern Burnett County, and that's from Storm Chaser Adam Lucio. If you want to see the picture as a whole, we're posting it on social media now. But again, that's going to be your tornado in progress about 4 miles south of Kempner. Get reports that at times it has been a large tornado. Now, the next question is going to be, how long is it going to stay down? To be clear, this is a thunderstorm moving south-southwest. It is not a threat to I-35 at this time. It is not a threat to Florence. It's not a threat to Killeen. Copper's Cove, you're probably still getting some hail. But again, this storm is almost stationary right now. It has been moving south-southwest. Here's the which way the wind's blowing mode. Again, you can see we still have a pretty nasty circulation near Panther Creek Road and County Road 223 here in far northern Burnett County. Here's County Road 223. Here's Panther Creek Road. And we want folks down here in northern Burnett County to be in a safe place. That's going to be lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. It's going to be coming up towards FM 963 and County Road 223 here in far northern Burnett County. This is going to be south of Kempner by 4 to 5 miles. This is north of Watson by about 4 miles. Those of you in Watson and Briggs, you are in a tornado warning. That means you need to take your tornado safety precautions. It's going to be lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Hard sole shoes and a helmet are a good idea. And again, we appreciate all those who have been helping us spread the word of this dangerous weather this afternoon. Look, I'll be honest. There's no tornado risk out here from the Storm Prediction Center. Zero. Our chasers, we've got a lot of chasers down there because we recognize these setups. This is a classic Central Texas tornado producing event. You can see the latest couplet. It's stronger again. Tornado is still there, and it's probably just as strong. It's a situation where we have an outflow boundary left over from storms last night. We have a lot of low-level instability and instability throughout the atmosphere. Looks like we have a tornado debris signature now. That is not good. So now we've got a tornado debris signature very near FM 963 and County Road 223 here in northern Burnett County. You can see that right there. Got a report of huge tornado down, so we've got winds of about 130, 140 miles an hour. That blue donut you're seeing there in a sea of red, that is the radar detecting debris being lofted by this strong, large tornado here in far northern Burnett County. This storm is barely moving right now. It's almost stationary. In terms of analogs to storm movement, Gerald back in the 90s. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying this is a Gerald tornado, but I'm saying this storm is moving extremely slowly, almost to the south-southwest. So this thing is barely moving, unfortunately, and I'll just load a loop. But again, we have a large and extremely dangerous tornado down in far northern Burnett County right now. This is going to be about 4 to 5 miles, if that, south of Kempner, about 4 miles north of Watson. This is going to be probably about 8 miles northwest of Briggs. More sizable communities, this is going to be about 8 miles south-southwest of Copperas Cove, 11 miles east-southeast of Lampasas, 13 to 14 miles north-northwest of Florence. This storm is moving south now, like 5 to 10 miles an hour. So understand, as you know, I quit yippity-yappity doing, we'll go ahead and zoom out. Let me show you. This is well southeast of Lampasas. The tornado is well south of Copper's Cove and 190. Copper's Cove, you're still getting hit with hail. Colleen, even the fort may be getting hail still, but this storm and its tornado, or at least the tornadic portion of this storm, are going to be south of 190 by several miles, generally just spinning in far northern Burnett County. And the couplet, the rotation's actually gone stronger again. So this is a tornado that remains down, and it is very strong. So let me pull up some more images. And again, this is a confirmed tornado well south of Copper's Cove, well southwest of Colleen, moving south towards Highway 183, Watson, Briggs, and Florence. Looks like we've got some video coming in. I'll play it. Here's video of the tornado from Adam Lucio.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Bell, Coryell, and Lampasas County in Texas.
So this is going to be a tornado just a few minutes ago from storm chaser Adam Lucio. And quickly, just let me say blanketly, thank you for the stars on Facebook. Thank you for the super chats on YouTube. That helps us pay the bills, helps us pay for data expenses, all that. As you might expect, I'm not able to look directly at those and give individualistic shout-outs right now because we are in the midst of a confirmed dangerous tornado in northern Burnett County. But, hey, we appreciate it, and thank you kindly for your generous donations with that. All right, back to the radar we go. So, and Jason, if you're listening, the NDI from my stream should be with it.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Edwards and Real County in Texas.
Or my NDI should be working if you need to plop that on the other stream. I'm not going to make another stream on the TSC channel. But again, we've got a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado now. This is going to be in northern Burnett County, northeastern Burnett County. This is going to be about 8 miles southwest of Copper's Cove, about 4 miles south of Kempner. This is going to be moving off to the south-southeast now at 10 miles an hour. So again, this thing is, I mean, here, I'll just show you. Honestly, I'm just going to switch over to the which way the wind's blowing mode. And you can see that velocity couplet remains as strong as ever. Large, dangerous tornado continues in the vicinity of Farm to Market 963 and County Road 223. And I'm just going to load this, and we'll see if we can't get you a good animation. But again, this is the which way the wind is blowing mode. And the reason I'm showing you this is simply to show you that it's... All right, well, hopefully you could hear the audio. That was from Storm Chaser Adam Lucio. I didn't mean to click the break button, but tornado remains down and is a fairly large cone here about 4 to 5 miles south of Kempner, and it remains almost stationary. This is going to be about 8 miles southwest of Copper's Cove and about 4 to 5 miles north of Watson. We have tornado debris being lofted several thousand feet, and the storm itself continues to produce this almost stationary tornado. Now, let's switch back over to the How Hard It's Raining mode. I'm going to let the animation play, and you can see, again, this storm, Copperas Cove, you're still getting hail, probably. The worst of this, though, is south of Copperas Cove. You can see the storm is stationary here in northern Burnett County near County Road 223 and FM 963. So I'll zoom out. And again, I know we have other storms. We've got a storm out near Hearn on Highway 6 near Highway 79 out in the Brazos Valley. That storm is probably producing some very large hail at times, and we will need to watch it just in case it tries to find a boundary and latch onto it and acquire rotation. But the only storm that even is near to doing that is the one that has a tornado with it right now, and that's going to be the one about 8 miles southwest of Copperas Cove, 4 miles south of Kempner and Highway 190, about 4 miles north of Highway 183 in Watson near FM 963 and County Road 223 in North Burnett County here in Central Texas. So again, this remains a large tornado, and we encourage folks from Watson to Briggs on Highway 183 north to the Lampasas, Burnett, Bell County line to remain in your safe places. That'll be the lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Terrell County in Texas
as possible. So you can hear that. We've got plenty of storms with hail. So let's zoom back in. And if you're wanting to know about other storms, you can click on, well, you can go to our interactive weather radar on our website, texasstormchasers.com/radar. And also visit us on the website, Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps to your device. Again, we have a tornado warning that remains in effect until at least 5 p.m. for northeastern Burnett County. Tornado warning for Williamson County and Bell counties has been canceled. The storm is not impacting either county. This storm is about 4 miles south of Kempner, about 4 to 5 miles north of Watson, and generally now is trying to it's almost stationary. I mean, you can see that here with this, so you can see that. I mean, this tornado, for all intents and purposes, has been sitting near FM 963 and County Road 223 here in northeastern Burnett County for 20 minutes now. The tornado itself at times has shown westward movement. Now it's moving east-southeast again, very slowly, walking speeds. This is a stationary thunderstorm down here in the Central Texas Hill Country region.
I am about to reposition stop.
So we'll keep a close eye on things. But again, this is a thunderstorm that has a confirmed tornado. That's still, this thing is sitting, and I say sitting with a literal sense, about 13 miles northwest of Florence, about 11 miles southeast of Lampasas, 4 to 5 miles south of Kempner. This is now 4 miles north of Watson, about 7 miles northwest of Briggs and Highway 183. For those of you in Killeen, this is a good 15 miles to your southwest. This storm is moving southeast at maybe 5 miles an hour. So with that, we'd encourage folks out here to remain in a safe place. That tornado still seems to be ongoing per radar imagery. And it's been down now for a good, probably almost 30 minutes now, honestly. This has been a very long-lived tornado. 30 minutes. So eventually this storm, it may eventually make it down towards northern Williamson County, but it's not right now. So we shall keep a very close eye on things as, well, we're here for it. All right, real quick, let's take a look at some of these other hailers. We've got storms north of Hearn to Calvert. Nasty hail core now just northeast of Highway 6 in Calvert. That kind of is going to pass west of Franklin. That storm's going to be moving to the north. It looks like the storm over Hearn is a splitting supercell. That may allow that storm to turn south and southeast over the next several minutes. That eventually could be an issue if it starts trying to move down Highway 6 towards Bryan, but the storm itself may move more to the south. All right, it's a live video from storm chaser Chelsea Burnett. You can see a rope tornado back in there. She's going to be several miles south of Kempner. Again, that is the tornado beginning its rope out phase. It's a bit of an elephant trunk shape. That's going to be south of Kempner by about 5 miles. And that tornado is beginning its rope out phase. So there you can see an elephant trunk shape, and that means tornado probably is going to dissipate soon, but we're going to have to see if we get a new tornado. You can see even though it's starting its dissipation phase, the tornado itself remains quite potent. It's actually a pretty sizable looking tornado back off in the distance there on the right side of your screen. So again, that is the tornado from storm chaser Chelsea Burnett. And there's a zoomed-in shot of the occlusion phase of the tornado. The tornado is weakening. The circulation, the overall tornadic circulation is beginning to shrink and narrow. But you can see as it does so, it kind of kinks out a bit of an elephant trunk shape. And that is going to result in some deviant motion with this as well. But hopefully that tornado is about to lift. It has been down now for about 30 minutes in northern Burnett County on a day where the Storm Prediction Center has a 0% probability of a tornado. Clearly that did not verify. Clearly our storm chasers didn't care because we're all down there chasing and brought you these images. So there goes the tornado. Tornado just dissipated after being down in northeastern Burnett County for about 30 minutes. It moved into Burnett County from far eastern portions of Lampasas County. It stayed south of Highway 190, north of Highway 183. Unfortunately, we're not sure if it hit anything yet. It did have a pretty sizable tornado debris signature. There may be houses out here. FM 963 County Road. I mean, here, I'll just zoom in. FM 963 Panther Creek Road, County Road 223. And, you know, if the tornado... I hope it didn't hit homes out there or structures, but there was a tornado debris signature for quite a while. Now, we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen next. Are we going to see another tornado develop farther southeast from this, or was this storm a one-and-done tornado-producing machine? We're going to have to see. Regardless, this storm remains well-organized. This storm remains quite capable of producing a tornado in addition to golf ball-size hail. The storm is now moving more to the southeast, it looks like, at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. As it does so, we're going to need to be mindful that it could put another tornado down, and this one would be closer to Briggs. In fact, let's go back. Chelsea's got a view. It's still there. There's your roping out tornado. Check out that motion, folks. Look at all the low-level dynamics at play. This thing is just, I mean, look. You can see it. That's the rope out phase. It's doing an elephant trunk. It's doing a dance. Check out how the circulation from the cloud base goes almost down, left on your screen, then back down, kind of like a corkscrew right there. Boy, look at that. And there goes the tornado. Even though you may not necessarily see a condensation funnel all the way down, it could still be dancing there on the ground. But again, I mean, tornadic circulation still continues there. And, well, we'll see. We are getting reports now that there is a new wall cloud developing with this storm. And you can see that new hook beginning to form there. That is going to be closer to Briggs. This new hook is going to be about 4 miles north-northwest of Highway 183 and Briggs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this. I want to try to get some more roads on here. I know the community names of Briggs and Watson are not on here, but they are along Highway 183. So let me try to get some more roads on here to at least give you some references. There's FM 2657. going northeast out of Briggs. This new circulation is going to be probably a mile or two west of FM 2657. It is going to be on or near the G-Bar M Road as it curves northeast, a couple miles north of Highway 183. Trying to just get any more little references on here I can. There's County Road 218 Alpha. And again, if you're not from around here, you probably have no idea where these are, but if you live down here, you do. So again, I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. We've been monitoring a dangerous thunderstorm with a history of producing a long-lived tornado. Tornado 1 has occluded. It has dissipated. What we're going to see now is if we get a new circulation and a new tornado. I'll loop this back again, and you'll be able to see. Hook 1 was up here by FM 223 and FM 963. And the new hook, new developing circulation, is going to be closer to FM 2657, a mile or two west of that, just north of G-Bar M Road. Now, I'll switch this over to the which way the wind's blowing mode, and you'll see that old tornado dissipating. I'll draw. Old tornado was near FM 223 and FM 963. You can see it actually finally started pushing a mile, maybe 2 miles southeast of that before it lifted. New circulation we're watching for is further southeast with a new hook on the radar, as you can see right there. So this is Tornado 1X. This is going to try to be new tornado number 2. We do not have any confirmed reports it is down at this point, but we're going to need to monitor it carefully, and we shall. Okay, so we've got hail north of this tornado. Okay, that's not relevant to what we need. So again, tornado has lifted now. North of Briggs, north of Watson, south of Kempner. The storm is starting to push more to the southeast now. If it continues, this may eventually be an issue for the Florence region in northern Williamson County. After that, this storm could continue to begin moving more to the southeast again. As you can see, it sat almost still for 30 minutes. That tornado near FM 963 and County Road 223 in northeastern Burnett County has finally lifted. The storm itself is starting to move more south-southeast at about 10 miles an hour. So, with that in mind, we need to keep a very close eye on it. Hail. This storm has a history of producing grapefruit-sized hail up in just southwest of Copperas Cove. That's 4.5 inches in diameter. A CD or DVD is 5 inches in diameter. Now, let me zoom out. We got a nasty-looking hailer northwest of Burnett, north of Buchanan Dam. All right, let's talk about it. We've got a storm just west of Franklin moving northeast at about 20 miles an hour. That's going to bring some very large hail to Highway 7 between Marquez and east of Kosse. K-O-S-S-E. I can never pronounce it right. Just east of Bremen. That storm is what we call left split supercell. Its deviant motion is going to be to the northeast. Back south, we have a supercell that's now slowly moving southeast near Herm. This thing could start putting out some real nasty hail soon, too. It's moving southeast right now at 5 miles an hour. There's going to be big hail on Highway 190 near Highway 79 in Herm, Highway 6 and Highway 79, and Highway 190 around Herm. This storm is going to try to track southeast down Highway 6 and 190, maybe towards Bryan College Station, but again, it's only moving 5 miles an hour right now, and it's all the way up in Herm. All right, let's take a look, make sure we're not missing anything else. We've got a couple storms out here in the Edwards Plateau. We've got one storm that is still south of Rock Springs. This thing is just not wanting to get anywhere near town. It's sitting west of Highway 55, south of Highway 377, though we have one hail core that is on 377 now, several miles west of Rock Springs. Tornado warning has been allowed to expire for Burnett County, but the tornado signature is quickly returning to radar, so we may have a new tornado warning soon. Back out here on Highway, what is that, 98 or 90? Well east of Sanderson, well east of 349, well west of 163. Storm moving north there. So again, we got hailers between Camp Wood and Rock Springs. We have hailers in central Texas. We have hailers in the Brazos Valley. And let's just make sure we have nothing. We got a little storm out here near St. Augustine. Let me look at that real quick, and then we need to get back to Burnett and Williamson counties. That storm is probably about to put another tornado down. We've got a storm that could be producing maybe some quarter-size hail just west of Highway 147, north of Highway... What is that? The east-west highway there. I can't see the label, but it's southwest of St. Augustine. And here, let me show you the new wall cloud. This is back on the Burnett County storm. You can see that thing's dancing. That could put a tornado down at any time. You're going to see a lot of rising motion there on the left side of the wall cloud. This is the new circulation. We went through a occlusion cycle, a cyclic process, and now we have a brand new wall cloud. And that thing looks like it's getting ready to put another tornado down. This one would be closer to Briggs. This is going to be a circulation about 3 to 4 miles north of Briggs. So let me switch sources here real quick. Boop, boop. All right. All right, I think that is the source I need right there. It's not. What is that? There we go. All right, so that's going to be Storm Chaser Chelsea Burnett. And her video, you can see a well, you can't see it, but you will in just a second. You can see a well-defined wall cloud there. This is going to be northwest of Florence. It's on this storm. We have no tornado warning right now, but I think we're going to need one here pretty quick. If this thing continues to try to organize, you can see that new hook echo is going to be coming up to FM 2657, about 3 miles north of Briggs, there on Highway 183. Back to the which way the wind's blowing mode. And yeah, you can see a new velocity couplet now is developing. It's not strong yet, but it is present, coming up on FM 2657, about 3 miles north of Briggs. And based on the reflectivity, the how hard it's raining mode, you're going to see the next scan come in here in just a second. You can see that is actually a little closer to G-Bar M Road, just east of Watson. At this point, with a very strong velocity signature also present, we're going to go ahead and advise y'all, if you are out here in far northeastern portions of Burnett County, to go ahead and continue taking your tornado safety precautions. We don't have a tornado warning right now, but
severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for San Augustine County in Texas.
Given the velocity signatures, the history of this storm, and what appears to be a new circulation attempting to intensify, I do believe we're going to have another tornado here soon. So those of you in Briggs, Watson, Highway 183 here in northeastern Burnett County, well southeast of Lampasas, west of Florence, I'd go ahead and take your tornado safety precautions. We do not issue tornado warnings, but it also doesn't take a, this thing is trying to spin up again. We're seeing increasing rotation. Winds moving towards the radar at about 40. Winds moving away from the radar at about 40. So 80 mile an hour shear again. You can see how it's becoming more concise. It's like a ballerina or a skater is bringing their arms in and spinning more quickly. So with that, pretty good, well-defined hook there. Those of you on 183, G-Bar M Road, FM 2657, and Highway 183, all the way down to Highway 195 west of Florence, we'd go ahead and advise you to take your tornado safety precautions. Hitting Springs, Briggs, Watson. There is not a tornado warning in effect, but we believe this thunderstorm is still capable of producing a tornado, and as such, we're watching it closely. In fact, the area of interest should be on Chelsea's cam, which you can see in the top right corner. as this storm continues to move southeast. Back over to the which way the wind's blowing out again. There's your velocity. These are going to be your winds moving into the storm. This green, that's your rear flank downdraft. Wind's moving away. If we have a tornado develop, it's going to be right there. And again, we've got a great view from Storm Chaser Chelsea Burnett. She is positioned amazingly. That is your area of circulation there. We're going to be watching for any signs of increasing rotation. Oh, yeah, I touched a button. So, real quick, I just want to say thank you kindly to those who are sending in the stars and super chats. I'm not able to, at this point, go look and individually thank folks, but we appreciate it, and we appreciate those of you who are able to donate. That's very generous of you. In chat rooms, I hope you will consider.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Mason County in Texas.
Hope you'll consider thanking those in the chats who are able to. So, what we're going to be looking at, this is Storm Chaser Chelsea Burnett. This is about 2 miles to 3 miles northwest of Briggs, or about 3 miles southeast of Watson, coming up on Highway 183. This is going to be a circulation very near 183 right now. You can see on the How Hard It's Raining mode a very well-defined hook echo. You can see the couplet, the circulation, it is back and stronger than ever. We've got 40 moving towards the radar. We got about 40 moving away. And what we're about to see is a tornado drop right in front of us. And to be perfectly honest, we cannot see the ground from where she's at. There may be little dust swirls under that. And that might be producing a tornado. We just can't see under it yet. Now, you don't have to have a fully condensed funnel to actually have a tornado. In fact, let's just while we're watching it, you're watching it live. Here's the radar. And again, this is going to be your winds in the green moving towards the radar, winds in the red moving away. We have about 80 to 100 mile an hour gate-to-gate circulation right now. And that bowl is very suspicious looking. I think this is probably a tornado that is either down and we just can't see it, or a developing tornado. Here's the How Hard It's Raining mode. Again, this thing's got a classic hook echo here.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Kimball.
There we go.
County in Texas.
Okay, so let's go back full screen, and you can see that little needle funnel there, right, the little nipple right there at the base of that. What we're going to probably see here is eventually a condensed tornado that tries to develop under that if the rear flank downdraft doesn't come around and cut off the circulation. When that RFD, or that hook, wraps around completely, that cuts off the warm inflow from the circulation and begins there you go, tornado. That's going to be a tornado right there. We've got that might have been a rain band, but that looked like a little wispy multi-vortex condensation funnel there on the left side of that. I'm willing to bet there's a tornado down there. I just don't think we can see the condensation funnel. So what we just saw a minute ago, perhaps, was a little bit of condensation from the cloud base down to the surface. We might have a bit of a multi-vortex tornado ongoing there. Data cut out just for a second. She'll be coming back. Storm Chaser Alex Bartholomew reports tornadoes coming down. So again, this is going to be a tornado now down just northwest of Briggs. This is going to be about, we're going to say about 1 mile to 2 miles northwest of Briggs. Okay, there we go. It's back. You can see a well-defined funnel now back to her stream. You can see that well-defined funnel is now halfway down to the surface. And again, folks, keep in mind, we're professional storm chasers. We've been doing this more than some of y'all have been alive. And we don't want you trying to go out and looking at these things. Keep in mind, this thing's a pretty nasty looking circulation. Now, real quick, let me go ahead and zoom back out. And this is where it is. Well northwest of Georgetown, well southwest of Belton, well south of 190 Copperas Cove and Killeen now. This circulation, this tornado, moving southeast now down Highway 183 at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. All good? Okay. So this is going to be a new tornado that's developing. Looking back in at the How Hard It's Raining mode, and now you can see Chelsea's stream just came back. Look how fast that changed, y'all. We didn't have data for maybe 90 seconds. We went from a very clear look to a rain wrap circulation. It looks like there's probably something back in there. I think there probably is, based on the velocity modes here. I mean, this thing is, Matt, that thing was down for 30 minutes. So again, there is probably a rain wrap tornado back in there. It's starting to become a little more contrast enhanced now. Let's see what Storm Chaser Chelsea Burnett's able to pull out of this, but it could be on the right side of the road there. And folks, I don't know why we have so many vehicles. Some of these are Storm Chasers, clearly, but some of y'all are just being morons driving out here in the middle of a tornado. And this thing is not like one of these storms that may produce a tornado. Folks, this thing had a strong tornado down for 30 minutes. You got no business being on Highway 183 right now around Briggs and Watson. And yeah, I get the whole, we can drive where we want. I mean, go for it. You're going to either get flipped off the road or your car.
Thunderstorm warning has been issued for Leon, Milam, and Robertson County in Texas.
Your car is going to get taken out by softball-sized hail. I mean, we storm chasers, we're fine with that. We take that as a badge of honor. Most of y'all do not. So, again, I would strongly recommend no travel on Highway 183 right now, probably north at this point from Highway 29. Now, 29, if this storm makes it down there, it's still probably an hour away, maybe 50 minutes to an hour. But, ooh, let's go back to Chelsea's shot. There you go, another funnel. Little barrel funnel. Look how fast that's changing there. The very rapid rotation with this dangerous thunderstorm as it continues to attempt to produce a tornado. We still have a very well-defined circulation now almost on Highway 183. This is going to be about a mile west of Briggs or about 2 to 3 miles southeast of Watson on Highway 183. A better way to correlate this is about 4 miles north of Highway 195 and Highway 183. There you go. Funnel cloud. That's going to be your wall cloud, and what I would say is a funnel cloud. You can see how the wall cloud above it, that's going to be a funnel under it. We're going to be watching for any little wisps, any indications of a tornado that's down. That could be dust on the ground, that could be swirling, that could be debris being lifted up. But again, you can see the inflow portion of this circulation. That's what she's looking at there. So she is and notice how that's getting larger. So let me switch back to the radar real quick and show you what you're looking at. This is about 4 miles north of Highway 183 and Highway 195, and we're probably about to see a tornado plant itself right on Highway 183. This storm's going to be moving south-southeast. In fact, I am willing to bet, folks, that's a tornado. You may not be able to see the dust swirl under it, but that is a very well-defined cone, a very large cone at that. We are about to, folks, I have no doubt that's not a tornado. That is so low to the ground, we're probably just not seeing the actual debris, the condensation under it. So I'm willing to bet we do have a tornado. If it's not down, it's probably skipping along like its happy little Easter bunny self down Highway 183. And again, that is a very well-defined funnel cloud, if not tornado, very near Highway 183, about 4 miles north of Highway 195. You all good? No. So that's the shot from Storm Chaser Chelsea Burnett. And again, just real quick, thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the stars, your very generous donations. I can't individually shout them out right now. We're in the middle of tornado coverage. But again, we do appreciate it. And thank you. There you go. Tornado fully condensed now, almost down to the ground. You can see a little wisp hidden down to the surface. So again, this is going to be a multi-vortex tornado now. You can see debris being lofted up in the air. This is going to be about 4 miles north of Highway 195 and Highway 183, about a mile west of Briggs. So this is now a confirmed tornado, the second of the day we've seen on live stream. You can see under that, this is a multi-vortex tornado. You can see down near the ground, we almost have little helical vortices rotating around a larger debris column. I'm looking at the ground. You can see the debris itself is wider than the funnel is. Notice how the funnel kind of narrows down towards the surface? Well, look under that little contrast enhanced section. That is going to be your tornado. And that's a pretty large looking tornado debris cloud under it. I'm going to do a little color adjustment on here. I'm going to see if we can't enhance this. And again, I'm just showing you this real quick to show you the debris. There you go. Look at that rotating debris under the tornado. So you can see all that rain moving from left to right. You can see the tornado itself, all that debris right there under the tornado. So there you go. Large tornado now down on Highway 183, about a mile west of Briggs. This is going to be about 4 miles north of Highway 195 and Highway 183. Let me try that again. Let me see if we can't get a few. Here, I'll just do this again. So I'm going to do this, and I'm manipulating the video here to see if we can't get a better view of that debris cloud. Notice how the tornado itself doesn't look like it's moving. Well, folks, it probably is. What's happening right now is the tornado may be moving almost towards Chelsea. So the tornado continues to move south, and there it is, fully condensed.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Edwards, Kinney, and Real County in Texas.
So there you go. You have a fully condensed tornado now down in far northeastern Burnett County, very near the community of Briggs. Real quick, I'm going to bring you back to the radar and that shot. I just want to show you the velocity. It is getting stronger, very near G-Bar M Road, about a mile west of Highway 183 and FM 2657. So Farm to Market 2657, about a mile west of there where it hits 183, and that's where the community of Briggs is. All right, let's go back to Chelsea's shot full. Y'all don't need to be seeing a bucket of spilled paint when I could be showing you this. Now, I'm manipulating the contrast here to better show you the tornado as it becomes wrapped in rain. Notice how it's starting to be pulled off a little to the right, and the rain, the rear flank downdraft here on the back side of that circulation is starting to obscure it with rain. So, back to the radar real quick. Let me show you the how hard it's raining mode as Chelsea repositions into a safer location. Let's zoom out. This storm is moving south at about 12 miles an hour. If it continues to do so, it will enter far northern Williamson County as it rides Highway 183 south. If that continues, this storm right now is 14 miles north of Liberty Hill on Highway 190. Those of you in Liberty Hill, if this storm continues, it may be near Liberty Hill by 6:20 to 6:30 p.m. I cannot say if this is still going to be producing tornadoes. I hope not. But again, this storm has produced multiple tornadoes now, and you just saw it again here live on the Texas Storm Chasers, thanks to Storm Chaser Chelsea Burnett. So, with that, let's quickly make sure we're not missing anything else. We've got a severe storm that is now approaching Highway 7 just west of Marquez. That's going to be moving northeast. That storm has the potential for at least golf ball size hail. Back south towards Hearn. You can see southeast of, or near Hearn, we've got a storm over Yull. There could be some hail with that, and it's stationary, so a lot of flash flooding. This storm that is well west of Florence right now has a tornado with it near Briggs. That's moving down Highway 183. That's about 13 miles north of Liberty Hill, making its way towards Liberty Hill. Let's keep a close eye on Chelsea's shot, see if we see anything. That tornado, if it's still there, seems to be wrapped in rain or hidden by trees. We're watching it closely. Those of you in Burnett, you've got a storm to your northwest now moving southeast. That storm has the potential to produce half-dollar size hail. Inks Lake State Park, northeast of Buchanan Dam. Back west, we have a storm approaching the Mason area. This is going to be moving northeast, it looks like, or north-northeast, if this is right. The potential for hail near and in Mason in the next 30 minutes. Could be some pretty large hail at that. We've got a severe storm now southwest of Junction on Highway 377. That storm is moving northeast at 20 miles an hour up Highway 377 towards Interstate 10 and the city of Junction. There could be golf ball size hail with that. We have a severe storm northwest of Rock Springs and a severe storm just west of Camp Wood. Neither community seems to be under direct threat from that. The storm down here just west of Highway, 55, west of Camp Wood, seems to be moving southeast now at about 15 miles an hour. That could have some tennis ball size hail with it. We've got other storms out here back on Highway 90. This is going to be out well east of Sanderson, west of Highway 163, east of Highway 349. That is going to be moving off to the northeast. Eventually, if those continue, they may make it up to Ozana and Interstate 10 by 7:30. If they continue, that's a big if. Let's go back, make sure we're not missing anything. We do have a severe warning out here around the St. Augustine area of East Texas. This is going to be for a severe storm on Highway, 147. 103 near 147. That storm could have large hail. And that's moving east-southeast at about 10 miles an hour. So again, only one storm here with a tornado warning. If you've got a storm near you in Texas this afternoon, it's probably capable of producing quarter to tennis ball size hail winds of 60 miles an hour, heavy rain. We have this thunderstorm here that is up near Briggs, southeast of Watson, producing a rain-wrapped tornado near Briggs. All right, it looks like we've got... And Jason, let me know, is that shot from Lucio Live? I just saw that pop, and I don't know, that might have been a little earlier. We're keeping a close eye on things. Chelsea is in the process of repositioning. And real quick, let me say this. Most storms are going to be done by 9 to 10 p.m. tonight. I'll be honest, we thought we might get 1 or 2 storms today. We are way overperforming on this outflow boundary left over from storms yesterday. This tornado-producing storm near Briggs is moving south, but we've got many other storms producing hail all the way from out in the Edwards Plateau through southern Concho Valley, the Hill Country, the Brazos Valley, and now East Texas. Most of these storms are going to be gone not long after sunset, and then we're going to have a lot of storms out here tomorrow, again, these same areas. This storm that is moving southeast down Highway 183 near the Briggs area is moving southeast at about 15 miles an hour. So let me put a storm track on it. And by the way, if you want to get your local weather forecast, you want to track storms, no matter where you are in the country with a free interactive weather radar, scan that QR code above my big, bald, scary head, and you'll be taken to our free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Otherwise, just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps to your device. And if you want to check out the free interactive weather radar on our website, hey, go for it. TexasStormChasers.com/radar. All right, let's track this storm. About 15 miles an hour is what they have it. I'm going to do that. This would be moving into the Liberty Hill area about 6:20 to 6:30 p.m. This Florence, you're probably going to get some hail here in the next 15 minutes. If you're in Florence, circulation is well west of Florence. Well, let me not say that. It's, 8 miles west-northwest of Florence, moving south. Now, we're about to have some storm interference. This storm we're watching, this thing north of Bertram, is moving northeast right into this. So that's probably going to be a destructive storm influence, and probably is going to result in, if we have a tornado down, it's probably going to cause it to lift. Probably. But we're going to have to see if we actually see a new circulation develop here with this thunderstorm as it moves south-southeast. Those of you in northeastern Burnett County and far northern Williamson County, around Briggs to west of Florence, you remain in a tornado warning. Thank you, Jason. All right. So I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. Thank you for joining us for another day of Texas severe weather coverage. We are thankful you've chosen to join us and hope we're providing you with life-saving weather information in a down-to-earth fashion, even if it is a bit nerdy at times. We've got Storm Chasers out and about today. We've got Storm Chasers Adam Lucio, Alex Bartholomew, Blake Brown, Chelsea Burnett, Trey Greenwood, and we might have more. And they're helping us, Chad Casey as well. And they're helping us to bring you life-saving Texas weather coverage. You've already seen 2 tornadoes courtesy of them this afternoon, along with your nerdy Baldy-in-Chief analysis. Now, let me tell you, that velocity couplet, we're going to we're going to loop this again. You can see that just got a little stronger as it's pushing south. So near G-Bar M Road,
severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Valverde County in Texas.
So this is the which way the wind's blowing mode. I'm going to try to get some near County Road 211, coming up to Black Road. South of Highway 183, you've got County Road 210, County Road 212. Here in Burnett County, County Road 210, 211, 212, 214, 213 here around G-Bar M Road, just west of FM 2657, just west of Briggs. You can see how well-defined that hook echo is here. You can see it even wrapping around. Look at that, folks. That is a strong indication that we have a tornado either down or attempting to develop. And looking at the which way the wind is blowing mode, you can see that. You've got winds moving into the circulation in red and pink. Your winds moving away from the circulation. Burn it, thank you. In green. So we've got winds moving towards or into the storm at about 70. We've got winds moving away at about 50, 120 mile an hour gate to gate shear with that. And that just means we have very strong rotation with this thunderstorm. Chelsea is repositioning. And we'll continue to track storms. So looking out, and let's do this. Let's just look at a statewide view. Oops. We're having a lot of cities on here. My apologies. we've got this storm south of St. Augustine, north of Broadus. Here in East Texas, that's kind of moving towards the south side of the Toledo Bend Reservoir. That could have hail. We've got a storm around Hearn. That's just sitting there. That's going to be a significant flooding issue. Maybe some hail in town. Up here, southwest of Marquez, moving off to the northeast towards Marquez and Hewitt, that's going to have some large hail as it rides up Highway 79. Around here, we have a storm producing tornadoes near the Briggs area. This storm continues to produce a rain-wrapped tornado on Highway 183. That is about 4 or 5 miles north of Highway 195. We have other storms around Burnett to Bertram, moving, for all intent and purposes, southeast, like the storm west of Florence near Briggs, moving southeast at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Back around Mason and Junction, we have storms producing hail. Those storms are meandering. You can see we've got a new storm west of Camp Wood. That storm's moving south. That may eventually make it down to Highway 90 east of Brackettville. We've got some storms now on or north of Highway 90 well east of Sanderson. Those are moving northeast towards Ozana. Oh, and for what it's worth, we also have some storms in northeastern New Mexico moving towards northwestern parts of the panhandle of Texas. Those could have some strong winds. Okay, so let's get back to the reason we're here, and that's going to be a tornado warning for far northeastern Burnett and far northern portions of Williamson counties. Chelsea's shot is back. We'll keep a close eye on that. Let's look back. Looking to see. You can see something there on the left side of that frame, just above the cattle guard. That might be something. I'm going to do a little stream surgery here and see if I can't see anything. Yeah, you can kind of see something back there. Again, this may mess with the contrast. You can see something back there kind of on the left side. I don't see anything that is actually, completely down, but I see some scud dancing around. Again, this is just me trying to see what is under that on my monitor. That raindrop was inopportunely placed. But again, if we have a tornado, it is back in the rain right now near the community of Briggs. And this storm is going to be moving south at about 15 miles per hour. So, the reason we're here is a severe thunderstorm. This is going to be about 13 miles north of Liberty Hill, about 14 miles-ish north of the intersection of Highway 29 and Highway 183 here in far western portions, northwestern portions of Williamson County. This thunderstorm is not a threat to Georgetown right now. This may eventually be an issue for the Liberty Hill, maybe even Leander area, but that's still a good hour away at least. And this storm that is just northeast of Bertram is being ingested into this storm. Here, I'll loop it. And thank you, by the way, for the super chats, the stars, your very generous donations. It's very kind of you. So, the good news is, the last few minutes, You can see this storm northeast of Bertram is about to move into the almost stationary supercell again northwest of Florence. That will hopefully result in, if we have a tornado ongoing, it being lifted, or it lifting. Boy, I cannot talk today. Must be time for more Celsius. I'm clearly more ADD than a squirrel. But again, thank you for the stars. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your generous donations. If there's a tornado in Briggs right now, it's completely wrapped in rain. I'd say it's probably southwest of town. We do have, for what it's worth, merch in the Texas Storm Chasers store. Just go to texasstormchasers.store. In a web browser, you'll find it. We got stickers, we got shirts, and we're going to add a lot more this weekend. So you can find it there. We're also streaming live coverage in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app and the Texas Storm Chasers website. Okay, let me make sure we're not missing anything. Burn it. Thank you. I'll remember that one day. Let's take a look at Chelsea's shot. She is going to be southeast of this storm on Highway 183, looking back up into it. You can see it's become much more rain-wrapped, and there's a lot of precip back in there. As this storm continues to move southeast, I'm going to go ahead and do a little color adjustment. Oh, there's something back in there. What is that? Now you can see what she's looking at back in there. There is something really big and really low to the ground in there. I don't know if that's a wall cloud, but there's something under that. There could be a rain-wrapped tornado back in there. And folks asking about what's going on in your part of the world, the good news is if I'm not talking about you and your storm, you're not about to get hit by a tornado. The bad news is we have plenty of storms across the state, and they're all producing really big hail. Assume any storm near you has quarter to tennis ball size hail, strong winds, heavy rain, and enough lightning to electrocute a billy goat. So, and if you want to track, oh, there we go, there's a little better shot. And if you want to track the storms near you, hey, just download the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app, search for Texas Storm Chasers, or you download apps to your device. And I'll even put the link in the chat boxes right now. Or head to our website, texasstormchasers.com/radar, for radar on our website. All right, so let's continue on. That is a shot from Chelsea Burnett. She's looking up at a wall cloud wrapped back in rain. That is probably now a mile or two south or southeast of, well, what is that? That looks suspicious. I'm playing with the contrast. I know it's dark here on the screen. I'm sorry, but that lets us see better. This would probably be now just south-southeast of Briggs. You could see a pretty low-looking wall cloud back in there. I assume that discoloration under it is dust from just winds on the circulation. What we're looking to make sure is we don't see any sort of, tornado drop out of it. But the good news is you can see this storm that's moving up into the circulation. For now, at least, that may hopefully result in destructive interference and result in the storm, well, weakening.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Cimarron County in Oklahoma, Dallam County in Texas.
But let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I'm just being a derp. Our chasers report a new tornado is imminent, and we're going to have a new tornado warning here in a second, which means the computer's going to go, and I'm going to jump up 5 feet and drink more Celsius. You'd see a bit of a funnel cloud now on Chelsea's shot. Okay, that's going to be a new tornado warning. That does include eastern Burnett and northwestern Williamson County. It does not include Burnett. It does include Bertram. It includes Highway 29 from Bertram to near Liberty Hill, and it includes Highway 183 almost down to Highway 29 here in northwestern Williamson County. Now, let's stand by. Looks like that thing is almost down, so we almost have a tornado down again. This is going to be near Briggs still, moving south at about 15. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. This circulation will remain west of Florence. Now, here's something. We've got a problem. This storm coming in from the south, northeast of Bertram, is moving north. The storm near Briggs and Florence is moving south, so they're going to ram each other. One of two things is going to happen. One, it's going to cause both storms to weaken, or two, we're going to get an even stronger storm out of this, and we're going to get just a big blob here. It may take a while, but that storm could continue to push south and continue to be tornadic.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Edwards, Kinney, Real, and Uvalde County in Texas.
All right, so let's just quickly, I'm going to show y'all some different storms. We'll keep a very close eye on Chelsea's shot. They report we almost had a tornado a couple minutes ago. Storm just west of Camp Wood is moving off to the east. It could have very large hail. This says $50. I'm willing to bet more like tennis balls. That storm, according to that warning, is moving southeast.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Burnett and Llano County in Texas.
All right, let's do this. And I'm going to even switch it so you see a pretty cool view we don't typically get to show. This is going to be 1 minute satellite imagery, and we'll just show you this over the last several minutes. And on Chelsea's shot, you can see we do have a funnel. You can see it there. There's a funnel about halfway down. I am using some color enhancing contrast here to try to give us a better view. But you can see now funnel halfway down. That's going to be very near Briggs on Highway 183. She's looking back up into it from the southeast. You can see that funnel is about halfway down. She's getting a good contrast on it now. Let me see if I can do this. That's not really going to help, but Chelsea has done an amazing job today helping y'all see these in real time. All right, we're going to keep a close eye on that, but here is a look at the radar over the last hour. And again, you can see most of these storms are moving either northeast or southeast. We've got this storm moving towards Ozana. That could be in Ozana in an hour with very large hail. That could be, baseballs. We've got storms from near Rock Springs to Camp Wood. Camp Wood storms moving southeast. That may be an issue for Uvalde at some point. Storms in central Texas, generally now the one near Mason's moving east, northeast. Stuff from near Burnett to Briggs, north of, let's just do this. Buchanan Dam to Burnett to Florence. Those are generally moving southeast. The storm around Hearn is sitting over town, producing dangerous flash flooding in places like Calvert as well. We've got storms right up Highway 79 to Hewitt.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Bosque, Erath, Hamilton, and Somervell County in Texas.
And a storm sitting here southwest of St. Augustine, northeast of Brodus, west of Bronson. That has hail and flooding. What else is going on? I think they just warned this storm near Hico and Meridian, moving up towards Highway 67, east of Stephenville, west of Glen Rose, so up towards Chalk Mountain, Glass. That storm could have quarter-size hail. Only storm we have an issue with tornadoes is this one storm near, well, that wasn't the button I wanted to press, but near Briggs. And that's the storm Chelsea Burnett and many of our chasers are looking at this afternoon. Good news is we are not seeing visual signs of that funnel cloud anymore. That is lifted. But we'll need to continue monitoring that shortly. shortly. Well, we need to keep monitoring it for sure. Heiko, thank you. And again, real quick, let me say a couple little obligatory, there we go. Merch, all that. Texas Storm Chasers store, if you're watching on YouTube, you can find it here on the channel. If you're watching us on anywhere else or don't care, TexasStormChasers.com, click the store button, or TexasStormChasers.store. We got stickers for $4. We got shirts. We're going to have more merch this weekend during like the one day we may not have storms, hopefully. And we are also very grateful to all those who have been kind enough and generous enough to send super chats and stars. We appreciate it. I wish I could do a better job of shouting them out in real time, but when we're dealing with severe weather and dangerous tornadoes, we need to be hyper-focused on that and help our fellow Texans out. So that is why we are here today trying to do that. And no, you did not miss me talking about tornadoes this morning because it wasn't on the bingo card. We weren't necessarily thinking it. It was a outside possibility. We storm chasing wise were. The official forecast from the Storm Prediction Center, no, there wasn't even a 2% tornado risk. This is one of these Central Texas specialities that we see from time to time every couple of years where we get a storm on a boundary left over from the prior day. We have a lot of instability because it was juicier than a good old hot dog this afternoon. It was very humid and warm, a lot of instability, a lot of low-level instability, a lot of low-level vorticity, stretching of the atmosphere, and that was able to essentially 99 times out of 10, you would not see tornadoes. The one time today we did. And that's with this storm. So it caught me a bit off guard. It caught a lot of folks off guard, unfortunately, but we were here pretty quick to help bring you that information, and we've shown you a couple of tornadoes now here on the Texas Storm Chasers, doing our best to help serve you, our fellow Texans, and our fellow folks in this amazing state. So we appreciate you joining us. I hope we have been helpful in that regard, and I hope that we have been of good public service. So here is the which way the wind is blowing mode. I'm going to loop this again over the last hour. And the good news is this is looking a lot less organized again right now. And that is probably because we have a cell merger going on, or a cell collision, and that has resulted in destructive storm interference. So I'm going to loop this, and we're going to see a lot of stuff here just move around. You can see how wind speeds, those bright greens, have really come down. You can see how the inflow has come down. So for now, we have a storm reorganization ongoing. And that means, well, we're just going to have to wait and see if this thing is done, or if we're just about to take a little break before we start up the whole spinny doom machine again. Chelsea's going to reposition here, and we are going to continue to bring you live severe weather coverage here on the Texas Storm Chasers, because that's what we do. That's what we've done now for 16 years. I started this company back when I was a junior in high school in 2009. Part of that team that started it up, and here we are now in 2025, and guess what? I'm bald. I was not bald in high school, but my, how time flies. All right, so let's zoom back out, and real quick, while we have a few minutes, let's take a look at what we expect tonight. We haven't done that yet because this is the first chance we've had to really catch our breath, but I want to do that real quick just to show y'all what we expect going into tonight and tomorrow, or at least tonight. For tomorrow, we're going to be busy with a lot of storms tomorrow in these same areas. A lot of rain, a lot of wind, some hail, maybe a tornado or two. Watching that storm southwest of Hearn, it's trying to develop its own little hook now. But let's look at the HER real quick. I'm going to clear everything off the map. I know there's a lot of cities on here. I'm sorry. But let me load this. And we're just going to load this data from 7 p.m. through, I'll just do it through 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Let me change the timestamps on here. And I will clean some of these up. Now, what I haven't talked about is we're going to have a line of storms approach the Red River early tomorrow morning, probably 3 to 6 a.m. And that is going to be coming out of Oklahoma. Those storms, like the storms 2 days ago, are going to move southeast. Now, here you can see this model gets rid of most storms in the Hill Country, Central Texas, the Brazos Valley, East Texas by 9 to 11 p.m. this evening. Storms down near the Red River, the Rio Grande, the Edwards Plateau, some of those may keep going through early tomorrow morning. Tonight into tomorrow morning, we're going to have a line of storms develop. These storms are going to push south out of the Panhandle this evening, or move east out of the Panhandle this evening with hail and wind, especially along north of I-40, moving to Oklahoma, where they're going to take a yeehaw turn to the south, and then we're going to deal with them after maybe 2 to 3 a.m., northwest Texas, Texoma, northeast Texas. Highway 287, Childress, Wichita Falls, East 182, Sherman, Paris. Storms after 2 a.m. are possible. Some of those could have large hail, damaging winds. There may even be a bit of a tornado threat. Not high, but not zero. Storms then keep on moving south and east tomorrow morning, meaning we could have scattered storms along the Red River Valley into parts of northwest Texas, Texoma, North Texas, the Arklatex, northeast Texas, into the sunrise time frame and just beyond. And then guess what? Well, we may see a storm complex continue into tomorrow morning. Then we're just going to have a lot of storms going into central Texas tomorrow afternoon. Real quick, I'll just load some data that shows that. I'm just going to load a single frame. I'm going to load the time frame for 4 p.m. tomorrow. And here's what the radar looks like at 4 p.m. These are going to be moving southeast. You can see a lot of hailers all the way from near Fort Stockton, San Angelo, Brownwood, Waco, through southeast Texas. Here's 7 p.m. Guess what? We're going to be dealing with storms and supercells with very large hail, damaging winds, maybe some tornado threat. Edwards Plateau, Concho Valley, Hill Country, Central Texas, Brazos Valley, Southeast Texas, Golden Triangle, South Central Texas. These storms have the potential to continue past then. There's 10 p.m. Line of storms, Eagle Pass, San Antonio, Brenham, Conroe, Houston, Beaumont, and then guess what? They keep moving southeast tomorrow night. Saturday morning, here's 1 a.m. Guess what? Laredo, Corpus Christi, Victoria, the whole Texas Gulf Coast outside of, well, the lower Texas Gulf Coast. So there you go. In case you're wondering what we're doing tomorrow, it's more storms. And yes, some of them, if not all of them, will have heavy rain and lightning. Some of them will be putting down some very unhappy size hail, strong winds, and we're probably going to have a couple tornadoes to deal with as well. So you can tell I'm about as thrilled as I don't know what a good idiom would be. Pick your favorite and hope it has alcohol at the end, I guess. But with that, let's get back into what's going on right now, and that's going to be storms moving across portions of the Edwards Plateau, the Hill Country, Central Texas, into the Brazos Valley. And guess what? We thought we might have 1 or 2 storms this afternoon in the Edwards Plateau, the Hill Country, Central Texas. We didn't think we'd have like 20. Okay, it's more like 10 to 15, but still, this is annoying.
Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Burnett and Williamston County in Texas.
But I do have some good news. The tornado warning for Williamson and Burnett counties has been canceled. Tornado warning is gone. The circulation has weakened, and we have no more tornado issues with that for now. Now, that storm still has hail, and we're going to have to see if we have any more storms that intensify this evening with circulation. So tornado threat is very low and isolated, but is not zero. Now, all these storms have hail. I mean, all these storms could be producing, golf ball, tennis ball, even baseball-sized hail at times as they meander along their way. But with that being said, this storm definitely has the potential of causing issues. And Jason, fix that video title if you want. I saw that. That was me copy and pasting earlier. So, with that being said, for those of you watching on Facebook, we're going to go ahead and transition this over to YouTube completely for now, along with our website and our mobile app. We're on Twitter and Facebook during tornado warnings, but otherwise we can do long-form continuous coverage on Facebook, on YouTube, because that's what it's built for. So Facebook, thanks for watching. Come on over to YouTube, just search for Texas Storm Chasers, or head to our website, texasstormchasers.com, or our free mobile app, Texas Storm Chasers, where you download apps to your device, and we'll continue on with our live severe weather coverage there. All right, magical land of YouTube. Let's go back in and keep an eye on this. So again, we have no tornado warnings now. We have plenty of severe storms. Severe storms could have anywhere from quarter to baseball size hail, winds of 60 plus miles an hour. That is the biggest threat by far today. In fact, those of you in Burnett, Buchanan Dam, Kingsland, Marble Falls, your phones are going off because this storm is now a destructive severe thunderstorm producing baseball to softball size hail. This storm is moving south at about 5 miles an hour, right towards Highway, 29 in the Buchanan Dam area. I've seen some beautiful storms from that area. We've seen beautiful pictures, but those of you on Buchanan Dam, Highway 29, the potential for baseball to softball size hail the next several minutes. This storm's moving south at walking speed, about 5 to 6 miles an hour. So it is not moving quickly. The worst of this hail should stay west of Burnett, but those of you on 29 west of Burnett, west of Highway 281, all the way to the Buchanan Dam, and Buchanan itself, you've got big hail, and it is going to wreck your day. So would not recommend being on Highway 29 right now, west of Burnett or Buchanan Dam area. Otherwise, let's take a look at what else we've got. The storm that was tornado warned earlier has undergone a thunderstorm merger / a storm smashed into it, and the result has been the low-level circulation has dissipated. Now, we're going to have to see what this storm does. We're probably going to see a big blob come out of this, and it's possible that may organize yet again, but for now, the circulation is gone, so we're dealing with hail. That's moving southeast. Florence, you're getting some hail now out of this. There's no tornado out here, but we got some hail. And the circulation itself, we're going to have to watch. It's possible it may re-intensify like earlier, in which case, well, we'll deal with it. Out here in the Brazos Valley, we've got a severe storm on Highway 79 producing dangerous flooding in Hearn. Up Highway 79, we got rain all the way to Marquez through Franklin. Bit of hail just west of Normandy. In fact, there's your new severe thunderstorm warning just for that.
Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Leon, Milham, and Robertson County in Texas.
So, that storm, it's moving southeast at 7 miles an hour. A lot of these storms are moving different directions, but overall, they're moving slowly, regardless of if they're moving northeast or southeast. We got this nasty storm sitting here on Highway 147, west of Bronson. On 103, 147, just west of 96. There could be some pretty nasty hail just northeast of Brodus, up on 147 and 103. And that's just west of Bronson. Again, that storm's like moving at 5 miles an hour to the southeast. In fact, here you go. Here's all the storms. And I'll turn off the LSR icons here. And again, you could see, even with satellite on, which, I can turn it off, these storms overall are very slow moving. And they are not moving quickly. We've got a severe thunderstorm watch up in the Texas Panhandle now for the strongest storms to produce eggs or Easter egg size hail, the plastic Easter eggs about 2 inches in diameter, and winds to 80 miles an hour. Wonderful. In a sense of more work for me. Not great. The storm near Buchanan Dam now has the potential to produce softball to DVD size hail that is 4 to 5 inches in diameter. So 4 to 5 inches in diameter size hail out here on the Buchanan Dam area. That is west of Burnett on Highway 29. So if you are at the Buchanan Dam, you got out there for an early start to the weekend, this storm coming in from your north right now is dropping softball to DVD size hail on Buchanan Lake. Llano County Park, Willow Point Resort, the Buchanan Dam, they're off 261 Lakeshore Drive. The Dam Grill, the River End Gym Dam Pub, and Buchanan Dam itself. You could have softball to DVD size hail, 4 to 5 inches in diameter. So, and that storm's slowly moving south. We'd advise no travel on Highway 29 moving south from that region. All right, let's zoom back out, or zoom back in, whatever. And then you can see we've got storms approaching Ozana. So while we have a little bit of a break right now, what we're going to do is during typical non-tornadic severe weather coverage. We'll stay here. We'll do updates for about 10 minutes. We'll take about a 10-minute break. We'll do 10 minutes of updates, 10-minute break, and we'll leave you with some nice music in between, along with the audible warnings and all that. And that just lets us do some situational analysis. So that is what we're going to do right now. At 6 p.m., we're going to be back here at 6:10 p.m. with your next Texas severe weather update. And again, if we need to, we'll be back here sooner than that. If we get any new tornado warnings, something crazy happens, we'll be back before then. So the streams aren't going anywhere. You can just leave it on. You're good to go. You're just going to hear a bit of nice, relaxing music and the audible weather warnings and such. So if you haven't already, by the way, hit that subscribe button to join us here on the Texas Storm Chasers. It's free, and it'll notify you when we post new weather forecasts, live storm chasing video, and Texas severe weather coverage. Texans helping Texans, and that's what we're here to do. So we'll be back here in 10 minutes, sooner if necessary, with live, continuing Texas severe weather coverage. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. I'll give you a hint as to why I'm known as Baldy. And we have thunderstorms making quite a ruckus this afternoon and early this evening across portions of the Edwards Plateau, the Hill Country, into central Texas, the Brazos Valley, and even East Texas. We are monitoring these thunderstorms as they continue to mostly move off to the east-southeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. We do have some storms moving northeast. The one near Junction, for example, that just brought some hail to Junction. We've got a nasty storm moving up towards Ozana and Highway and Interstate 10. That's got baseball-sized hail. out in portions of Crockett County. We've got a nasty storm just north, well, several miles northeast of Brackettville, southwest of Camp Wood. That is in northeastern Kinney and northwestern Uvalde counties. That storm may eventually ride down Highway 55 towards Uvalde. And we also have other thunderstorms from near Buchanan Dam, Buchanan Lake. That's got baseball to softball size hail out over the lake right now, approaching the dam. We likely have very large hail on Highway 29 just west of Burnett. We are watching storms near Florence down to Bertram that have a history of producing tornadoes earlier. At this point, they are not. And then we've got a nasty storm on Highway 79. It's not a good highway to be on today. From Gauze up to Hearn, that storm is finally starting to show a little inkling of moving off to the south at like 5 miles an hour with hail. And just because we didn't have enough going on, we've got storms on Highway 67 from near just east of Stephenville to Chalk Mound to southwest of Glen Rose. That storm has maybe some quarter-size hail. It's moving north at 20 miles an hour. We've got storms moving into the panhandle of Texas out of New Mexico from Dahlem, Hartley, Oldham counties. Those storms have the potential of producing 70-plus mile-an-hour winds. And then, oh yeah, those are moving east. Those are going to move across much of the panhandle, especially along north of Interstate 40 tonight. And then we've got that storm in St. Augustine County, just west of Highway 96 on Highway 103 and Highway 147, southwest of St. Augustine, northeast of Brodus. That storm has the potential of 60-mile-an-hour winds and very large hail. So let's go ahead. We're going to stop the radar. I'm going to look at all these storms, and we have plenty of them. There are no tornado warnings. And let's go ahead and start. We're going to start up in the panhandle quickly, and we'll continue looking south and east. You can see cellular storms. That one's going to be riding down Highway 87 down towards Dalhart. All these storms in eastern New Mexico, generally moving east at about 20 to 30 miles an hour. The potential for winds over 70 miles an hour, and those are going to spread across all of the panhandle tonight, where we now have a severe thunderstorm watch, especially along and north of Interstate 40. The most intense storms could produce 80-mile-an-hour winds and tennis ball-size hail, so that's up in the panhandle. Farther south, we have thunderstorms capable of producing large hail. Let's go down to the Edwards Plateau region and the southern Concho Valley. These thunderstorms, you can see that nasty storm south of Ozana, generally moving off to the northeast. That one's one of our faster moving storms. This moving northeast at about 35 miles an hour with the potential of baseball-sized hail, 70-mile-an-hour winds. That will be crossing Interstate 10 between Sonora and Ozana. So no travel on Interstate 10 over the next hour, hour and a half between Ozana and Sonora unless you like baseballs being driven into your vehicle. We have a severe storm northeast of Junction, right up Highway 377. This storm is going to be moving up towards Mason in the next hour. That could have at least quarter-size hail and 70-mile-an-hour winds. Down here east of Brackettville, you can see a nasty-looking storm just southwest of Camp Wood. This thing's riding down Highway 55 towards Uvalde very slowly, only about 15 miles an hour, but this storm has the potential to produce at least golf ball to baseball size hail, very strong winds as well. We could have winds over 70 miles an hour with that. And eventually, if that continues to ride down 55, that may end up crossing Highway 90, probably near the Klein community and near or a bit west of Uvalde. All right, let's go back off to the east. Here's the central Texas region. We've got nasty storms. This storm over Buchanan Lake down to Highway 29, Buchanan Dam, has a potential to produce baseball size hail. It had softballs probably 15 minutes ago. That's going to be west of Burnett on Highway 29. East of Bertram, we've got these storms out here near Florence. This thing near Florence may be starting to try to spin up again a little. We had a storm merger occur here over the last 20 minutes, and the result was everything has become much less clear, but we are starting to see a little bit of a circulation develop here on the which way the wind's blowing mode just southwest of Florence. I'm not saying that's tornadic, but in all likelihood, we do have some very strong winds right now near and just southwest of Florence on Highway 195. That storm is going to be riding southeast at a whole 5 miles an hour. So clearly, it's not in a hurry to get down to Highway 29. All right, further east, we got a nasty storm that set up shop southwest of Hearn. This thing is showing indications of producing larger hail now. We could have hail up to the size of golf balls now falling on Highway 79 from Gauze up to Hearn. And that storm is slowly moving south. And by that storm, I'll highlight it here. That storm is moving south at maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour. It's not moving very quick. So this isn't going to be an issue for College Station soon, but you may start getting some lightning here in Bryan and some rain. But the worst remains off to your north as it continues to only move south at, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Could have 70-mile-an-hour winds, too. In fact, here's a warning for College Station and Bryan.
Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Ararat, Hood, and Somerville County in Texas.
Well, it will be in a second.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Brazos, Burleson, and Grimes County in Texas.
And then we've got this storm on 147 and 103, northeast of Broadus, southwest of St. Augustine.
A new flash flood warning has been issued for Burnett and Llano County in Texas.
With hail, strong winds, and heavy rain. That storm's only moving at 5 miles an hour. Otherwise, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning now for portions of eastern Erath, Hood, Somerville counties. That's for this storm that's moving due north. This storm could have maybe some quarter-size hail, and that's moving north at 20 miles an hour. That'll be crossing over Highway 377 over Tolar, Granbury, probably just west of Granbury up to Lipan, and eventually moving north towards Weatherford if it survives. And again, this is a storm that is capable of producing some strong wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour, heavy rain, and 1-inch diameter size hail. That is quarter-size hail. All right, so with that being said, things remain active, but hopefully that was our last tornado warning of the evening. Hopefully. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a bit of a break. We're going to go back to the radar and music. And if we need to come back with additional severe weather coverage, we shall. As always, we try to cover all tornado warnings here in the state of Texas. So, with that being said, we do hope you'll remain weather aware this evening. And keep an eye on the sky. Stream's not going to be going anywhere here. If you're watching us on YouTube, we're just going to push you over to our 24/7 Weather Center stream, which allows you to keep getting the exact same information you're getting right now with some nice music. So, that is what we're going to do. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back with additional updates on social media, and if we have new tornado warnings, we will most definitely be back. So, we'll see y'all again here soon.